The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. Revolutionary, David, that revolutionary, David, that revolutionary, David, that revolutionary, David. Welcome back to the revolution of knowledge, the balance of Yah's law. The next topic I'll be speaking on is called the snake or the serpent's punishment. According to Genesis 3:14 and 15, Yah cursed the snake above all the cattle and the beasts of the earth. On his belly, Yah made him go, meaning the snake had legs before it was cursed to crawl on his belly. And his food would no longer be herbs. According to Genesis 3:14, the serpent's food was changed to dust. Yah also put enmity, meaning hate, between the snake and the offspring of her seed, which is a bad translation. A woman has no seed. Her, the woman's seed, would bruise his head, meaning the snake's head. The snake's offspring shall bruise his heel, meaning the woman's offspring, which is Adam's bloodline or offspring, because a woman does not possess a seed. Only a man possesses a sperm or seed to implant life into a woman to produce offspring or children. The enmity was hate between the offspring of the man through the woman and that species of snake. The snake would bruise her so-called offspring's ankle by biting him or her because of the hate or enmity Yah put between them for punishment. And her, meaning Adam's offspring, would bruise his head, the snake's offspring, in retaliation from the snake biting his heel or her heel or ankle, literally. The next topic, the holy ones and watchers. The holy ones in Daniel 4:17 is a committee of judges that judge the earth according to the laws of Yah from the heavens. The watchers in Daniel 4:17 represent the messengers who report sin to the holy ones. These watchers are also considered to be accusers or satans that report sin to be prosecuted by the judgment of Yah through the holy ones that judge the earth according to Yah's law. This is the system that Yah uses to rule his kingdom in the heavens and in the earth. This system is being imitated by man on earth. However, man's law is evil in the sight of Yah, because they add and take away from Yah's law to devise their own pagan way of life, which is imperfect, because man's ways are evil. This next topic is called Sheol/hell. What does Sheol mean in Hebrew? According to Deuteronomy 32:22, and other passages in the King James Version of the Bible, the word hell is being used in many verses as a replacement for Sheol, the original word in Hebrew that the Gentiles translators of the Hebrew text replaced instead of translating the correct understanding. Sheol in Hebrew means the grave, pit, or hole in the ground. So when you see hell in the Hebrew text, this word is not a correct translation for Sheol. It's a replacement that gives false understanding to deceive intentionally. Hell is a Greek word that does not have the same meaning or equivalence to the Hebrew word for Sheol. Hell is a Greek word that means a place where the dead continues to exist after death. Hell is a pagan word, where demons and devils are suffering everlasting punishment by burning for eternity from the judgment of the Christians' God, Jesus. There is no such place that exists in the Hebrew text anywhere because it's pagan and non-Hebrew. This lie was made up by pagans to instill fear in the children of Israel and others, so we would worship their gods while in captivity or otherwise, and punishment by burning forever after we die if we didn't accept Jesus, their man-made religion, before death. A wicked device planned to put an overwhelming amount of fear into our minds to get us to cling to their pagan belief or suffer in the so-called afterlife that does not exist in the children of Israel's heritage in no way, shape, or form. This myth is not recorded by anywhere in the Hebrew text. However, the God of Israel is a merciful creator by judging you before you die. According to the Hebrew text, there is no judgment after death or everlasting torment after death. You immediately rest when you die. Next topic is called, does the devil rule the earth? Does the devil/Satan rule the earth based on popular pagan belief? And is there any place in the Hebrew text that quotes that God gave the devil, Satan, Lucifer, etc., control over the earth and the air, or any elevation of heaven, or power to rule over mankind? Absolutely no. According to Daniel 4:17, 25, 32, 34, and 35, Yah rules in the heavens and in the kingdom of man, and he gives it to anybody he pleases. He sets over the earth any person he chooses of man, not Satan or the devil, except just man. Despite popular pagan teachings that contradict otherwise within the mainstream of certain man-made religions that exist today to support lies that teach their followers to believe that there is a secondary power in addition to Yah, God of Israel, God of the Hebrews, and to provide fictitious understanding to support their paganism in order to point the finger at man's evil on the influence of an adversary near at all times, instigating man's bad choices in life. This myth is simply a scapegoat or means to not claim responsibility for your own actions through the freedom of choice of good and evil. Next topic, no judgment after death. According to the law of Yah, there is no promise found in the Hebrew text anywhere stating life after death. However, there is a passage in Genesis 2:17 that Adam's life would come to an end in death if he didn't obey Yah's commandment not to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, or Adam would die. This verse meets the criteria for one to believe if Adam didn't eat of the tree, he would have lived forever on earth. Nevertheless, Adam did eat and died at the age of 930 years. This long length of time shows Yah's salvation by sustaining Adam's life on earth and gives good understanding on the description of Yah's salvation on earth, not in a heaven or in death. According to Genesis, the 5th chapter, Adam's bloodline lived for hundreds of years before death. So it's safe to say Yah's salvation is before you die, not after you die. When you die, you rest by returning to where man was originally taken from, the dust, according to Genesis 3:19. There is no record in the Hebrew text or law of Yah that quotes of a judgment after death or salvation after death. This viewpoint is pagan, outside of the law of Yah, obtained from man-made religions. If you are a follower of Yah, either Hebrew or Gentile, you should not listen to pagan beliefs that don't teach Yah's law. given to Moses and his holy prophets. According to Deuteronomy 13:1-11, any person trying to teach you anything that contradicts the law of Yah, they are attempting to turn you away from the God of Israel. And that is what man-made religions have conspired to do for hundreds of years by promising false hope and life after death or punishment after death, by teaching and instilling fear into all their believers, by pressuring them to trust in a lie in order to control them while they're yet still alive on this earth. According to Deuteronomy 4:2, nothing should be added or taken away from Yah's law by man. And in light of this, the New Testament is not a part of Yah's law. It was added by man, not Yah, God of Israel. So it's pagan and man-made, conspiring to turn you away from Yah, God of Israel. That's why he warned us in advance in Deuteronomy 13:1-4. Because he knew that man was going to attempt to entice us to serve other gods. When Yah gave the law to Moses, he was not commanded to obey anything outside of the law. Obedience exemplifies a true follower of Yah, God of Israel, not Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, etc. These are all considered pagan, man-made, if you are a true follower of Yah, God of Israel. However, the translators use bad alterations to conceal the original message in the law in many of the verses to camouflage the truth from not only the children of Israel, but the entire world, and blamed it on translators to disguise their conspiracy to control your mind out of lack of knowledge, not exposed. Join me on this next topic. Shalom. Welcome back to the Revolution of Knowledge. This next topic I'll be speaking on is called, when people die, do they return to this life? Yes. According to Isaiah 9:6, Daniel 12:13, Psalms 90:3, Genesis 3:19, you will rise through being conceived in the womb of a woman again, by being reborn, literally. Yah brings you back as many times as he pleases, though you will not be aware of your former consciousness of your reality before, because your memory does not stay unchanged. According to Psalm 6:5, however, Yah is aware of your reappearance because he brought you back to life. According to Jeremiah 32:17, Genesis 18:14, there is nothing too hard for Yah, and there was nothing new under the sun, according to Ecclesiastes 1:9. When you were first created, if you died wicked, meaning to die in your sins, your soul is recorded by Yah as wicked, and your soul will continue to be wicked because you died in your sins. And your soul has been marked or categorized wicked or righteous, unless Yah has pardoned you from your sins before you died in your first life. This determines your essence of who you are and how you stand with Yah forever. According to Exodus 32:33, Yah keeps a book of remembrance of his righteous servants in the heavens. So you do the math. Next topic is called Satan Allowed Testing. According to Job 1:6-12, Satan was given the authority to test Job through his possessions and children. This demonstrates that Yah grants Satan the power to prove whether or not Job would stay loyal to Yah even under seemingly harsh conditions. Job did not sin. In verse 1 and 22, Job sinned not. Satan is used not only to report sin for judgment to the holy ones, like in Daniel 4:17, but also to prove one's loyalty to Yah. Satan questions Job's loyalty in verse 10 by stating Yah has made hedges around about Job, meaning Yah protects Job's possessions and also blesses the works of his hands. However, If these protective shields were removed, Job would curse Yah to his face. These actions that are taking place between the accuser of sin is proof that Satan not only watches throughout the earth, but has to obtain permission to test individuals on earth, and can only take action within Yah's guidelines. And there is nothing stating that Satan is evil. He's more of an advocate of good intentions based on motive depending on the situation. There are other examples in the Old Testament to prove that Yah uses Satan to discipline and test man on earth. So it is safe to say that Satan is a part of Yah's heavenly administration and is an important part of his government that presides over the earth to ensure that man on earth does not receive blessings from Yah in vain, or man's worship of him is because of worldly possessions given from Yah to man, but rather from inner love from the heart and mind for Yah's good ways that he teaches man to walk in, and that without or if taken away, the individual would still have genuine love for the Creator, which shows the core of each person's love for Yah. That's why Yah restored everything back to Job twice as much, because Job's love for Yah was not based on his possessions, it was based on genuine love for Yah, Yah's righteousness. And no man can question Yah's action because he is all-knowing and understands everything. Man is here one day and gone the next, but Yah is here forever. And what we don't know, Yah does. And what we do understand, he gave us the understanding because he wants us to understand. However, one thing we can trust is that all Yah's ways are righteous, according to Daniel 9:14. And Satan the accuser is not all-knowing or superior in no way, shape, or form over or next to Yah. Otherwise, he would have already known Job would not sin against Yah when stripped of his worldly possessions and his family and stricken with oils on his body. However, Job proved Satan wrong because he did not sin against Yah. The book of Job gives a superior example that man on earth, or Yah's heavenly administration, understanding will never become like Yah's, because he is the one and only God. According to Isaiah 55:8-9, his ways are higher than man's, and Yah's actions are not always comprehended by man. But that doesn't mean they are not righteous because we don't understand. It proves man and all of his creations are inferior to Yah's superiority in all things and all ways. And he answers to no one. He rules over the kingdom of man only, not Satan or anybody else besides whom he, Yah, sets in charge. Shalom, and join me on my next revolution.